Welcome back to another week of your favorite crypto podcast, Sometimes Crypto.
The Unscripted Crypto Podcast.
Hey, yo. Why you gave me a face when I said that?
I know, no face. I thought you were going to go all the way through with it. I was like... I thought you were going to say the whole introduction. I was like...
No, I always let you say it.
Yeah, I saw. I wasn't jealous or anything with it. Don't worry.
Not just in case.
I was like, oh, this guy's in the group right now.
I know. I have to let you say it too, man.
Oh, man. My chest is sore. Like, actually, really.
Yo, what a way to start this.
I'm sorry.
With his chest being sore.
I did a little stretch thing right there. I wasn't expecting it to be that
this
sore.
Guy, like, he works out. He kind of works out.
Just lightly.
Slightly.
Okay. Well, today's episode
is
very
not scripted. Like, we had something planned, and we're like, we don't really like it, so we're like, we'll just throw it out the window. So we really got nothing.
You got nothing.
Like zero.
Zilch.
Like, the best we got right now is Super Bowl predictions to start it off.
Super Bowl predictions.
Like, honestly, and Alex doesn't know sports. So it's like, really, it's like a one-sided convo.
I am ready to make a bet, though.
Oh, we're betting?
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with the actual players or the team.
Okay. So for those who listen and tune in, Eagles, Chiefs, Kansas City play. When do they play? Give me the exact date. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday, but I could be wrong.
You're correct. It is Sunday.
It is Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday.
Sunday, February 12th.
The 12th.
Yep, in Arizona.
Yes.
Yep. Ada says she's going to go check it out.
Ada said it. I was about to say she's going to go check out the game. Don't put her on blast like that, dog.
She's not going to go check it out.
But she should.
She's not a football fan.
She's not a football fan, but she should check it out.
She actually does watch. She surprisingly watches more football than me.
That makes sense.
All right. Well, nonetheless.
So all I'm going to say is Eagles have great defense right now. The Chiefs have a great arm.
So is Brady going to score 2 touchdowns?
Okay. And while we're at it, Brady retired again, Alex. So
again?
Okay. Yeah. Yes, again. Yes, again.
I'm kidding.
He's not
kidding. No, I knew that he's like retired and went back in.
And you knew he re-retired?
I heard of that, but I wasn't sure if that was like the former retirement or like the third retirement.
Second retirement, and yes, it is official. He has retired again from the game of football. As of right now, I said Chiefs win to my father already.
To your father?
I already told him, yo,
your father knows
Chiefs win, and he goes, nah, Eagles.
Eagles? I'm with your dad on this one.
Okay.
Eagles.
I put $100 on the Chiefs.
Against your dad?
Well, I'm not against him. I'm putting it against you.
Oh, you're telling me to bet it right now. Who's your dad going for the FIFA World Cup?
Not Argentina. I'll tell you that much. He wanted France to win. He's a Ronaldo fan, so he wanted Ronaldo to win as well.
You know what? The Chiefs is looking kind of good right now.
Exactly. Even though they really aren't in comparison, but like, I just don't want Philly to win just to be an asshole.
Ouch.
What did you hit?
I hit the table.
This guy hitting stuff already.
That hurt a little bit.
But on to some... That's all we got for that. Brady retired again. Oh, no, you got more? You got the prediction? You got the bet?
No.
I'm sorry. I was going to move on to something else. Like, still football related.
Okay. It's still football related. It's still Super Bowl related.
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, we can move on. I thought you were just trying to move away from the Super Bowl.
No. So I was going to go to the next... Okay, what do you want to talk about the Super Bowl? Tell me.
The Super Bowl Metaverse halftime show that they're going to be doing.
They are going to be doing that. Where are they going to be doing that on?
In the Metaverse.
No. No shit.
He's like, this guy, I'm gonna smack him right now. No, they're doing it on Roblox. Super popular game with the kiddos. I don't play Roblox. I'm not a kiddo. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, kiddo. Yeah. So we're gonna. It's on. I don't on Roblox. Did you see how they banned crypto commercials?
Really? After the amazing Coinbase commercial that they had last year?
Yes. Not even that. Not they just banned it. But they already had 2 companies with commercials made, advertisement done, everything, and they told them we're not doing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they had to like resell the space, the time slot for that.
For that, probably. All after the FTX fiasco.
Oh, it was because of FTX.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I can see why they did it, but like, we still got Pfizer commercials. That was just a joke, guys. That was just a joke. That was just a joke. It was a joke.
So I remember last year's a Super Bowl commercial that went crazy was the Coinbase one with the QR code.
Yes.
It was just a QR code just bouncing around the screen. That was brazy of Coinbase.
I think it was unexpected.
Do you know how much they paid for that one?
How much is
$14 million.
How much?
$14 million.
For that to bounce around?
Yeah. You want to know what the funny part is?
What was the funny part?
There was so much traction. So many people scanned that QR code that the servers weren't able to load. And, like, it just didn't work.
Wait, what?
There's so many people scanning the QR code and trying to get in that the website, the landing page,
did not work.
It was crashing, yeah.
Did you ever see what the landing page was supposed to be?
No. At least I don't remember, at least. If I did see it, I don't remember what it being. But I do remember seeing it. I was like, wow, that's wild. I was like, I can't believe they let that. I was surprised. To me, that looked like a security concern. But then again, it is a Super Bowl. Like,
it has to be vetted.
Yeah, it's got to be vetted multiple times, especially one like that. So I was just like curious about like what they're doing with those extra slots now that they had to like.
So before we get into that, I was gonna also say the Super Bowl last year featured 56 crypto companies appearing in commercials.
56?
56.
It was a crypto bowl indeed.
So the examples they give here in this article from Watcher.guru on Twitter, but I'm at the article, is I lost it. I'm sorry. FTX, Coinbase, Crypto.com, eToro. They spent millions of dollars to have their products appear for 30 seconds advertising, which is what you're saying. Like,
yeah, Coinbase was $14 million.
14 million. They were probably roughly around the same amount. So when they say 56 companies, they probably mean like in advertising in general, not just like maybe commercials, or they just say commercials. Appearing.
No, it's probably advertising in general.
In general,
I'm sure that they're like
the sidelines. And
yeah,
because that's one of the things they had. Some companies now that were already planned. Videos shot everything that they had to like tell them no.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I think I'm typically like, I'm surprised that it was $14 million for this Coinbase one. I thought it was like $7 million is like the typical like price for.
Nah, price has gone up
for 30 second. Yeah, with all the in printing that they've done. everything's gone up.
I'm just surprised Coinbase paid $14 million for that.
Yeah,
not assuming FTX and the rest of them.
I'm surprised that they paid $14 million for it to not work.
I don't. They didn't do that. They expected it to work. They just didn't expect it to have the outcome it did.
Yeah, they were like, oh, whoever proposed the idea, great, awesome idea. Whoever executed
needed Grant Cardone there, would be like 10x it.
Needed, yeah, exactly that. You're getting how many servers? No. 10x that.
10x. And then even maybe 10x it again.
Yeah. How many tech people are going to be on the IT team? It needs to be 10x.
Yeah, like they're 10x all of it.
10x all of it. No, absolutely. If that's Grant Cardone's motto, they need a Grant Cardone on their team for sure.
10x it. That is his model.
Oh, man, that's crazy. So they decided not to put any any crypto commercials.
None.
Because of FTX.
Yes. And they took away all the advertising they had for it as well.
It's because they're afraid of
another
being liable.
I guess so. So I think the way people are looking at it is even like
controversial. Are we controversial now? Is the crypto space controversial?
I think our podcast has been controversial since the minute it launched. Better yet, even when we didn't launch, we were still controversial between ourselves. If we're honest,
hey, controversy keeps the the world turning.
Sure. I'm not gonna say no. But where were we going with this? You lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
You distracted me with the controversial. You asked a question.
About why did they choose to not have crypto commercials going on this year?
So I guess they don't want to be held or some way responsible for if another crypto company maybe goes bankrupt after being advertised with them. Even though the whole FTX fiasco is not exactly a crypto thing. What? We're back. Alex had to. He had to kill a life real quick.
What? To get rid of a pest.
He killed a bug. Like, he yeeted that. Honestly, if we had video, it would have been great to have the video of this.
Awesome video to have.
Damn. We should have.
I gave that guy a graceful death.
You did. Wild.
Oh man.
Poor fly.
Yeah.
FTX. Why they didn't? FTX. why did the NFL take away all these sponsorships? Oh, ban it. I guess they don't want to be held liable for any other companies that maybe either lie to their customers or maybe go bankrupt, stuff like that, and put themselves in that position to have some sort of legality. Same way, Kevin O'Leary, Brady, all these people took sponsorship money or like invested. Maybe they and people are suing them after it for their involvement, stuff like that.
What channel is it again that hosts the Super Bowl?
ABC.
So is it ABC's choice for the commercials that go in, or the NFL's?
Pretty sure it's the NFL.
Because ABC is a network. They're the ones who are streaming it. They're the ones who have to provide all the services.
Pretty sure it's the NFL. Maybe it could be ABC. Maybe both.
I'm pretty sure ABC pays the NFL to have it on their thing, and ABC sells the commercial spots.
NFL sells the commercial spots. ABC doesn't get to pick who goes on. I mean, I don't know.
Pretty sure I'm almost certain that's how that goes. So what I'm thinking is, yes, that might have some like aspect to it. Like some lawyers will be like, look, you don't want to like overexpose yourself, but having commercials for something that has obviously under a lot of heat right now with the whole FTX thing. But really they never have had any like responsibility for what happens on those commercials, as long as they're like compliant with like streaming guidelines and laws.
Well, there are a bunch of laws and stuff from the I remember the agency's name who takes care of all that. That watches which is for TV and radio. What we should say, what you shouldn't say.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think there might be some other things at play than just that. But that's just pure speculation. That's just me being tinfoil hat guy.
Why aren't you tinfoil hat guy?
Pretty often, actually. More often than not. You'd watch the Grammys?
I don't watch the Grammys. What's wrong with you?
Well, the Grammys took place today.
Today?
2 days ago.
Oh. Does it look like I'm a guy who watches the Grammys?
Yes.
You're a liar. You're a liar. I probably do a lot of things, but I don't watch the Grammys.
You don't watch the Grammys. No.
Anything good? I'm assuming you may have watched it.
I did not watch it. I was too busy watching something else.
Oh, that's right. You're watching the show I was supposed to be watching with you.
Yeah, but you decided not to watch that show.
I watched the movie.
You watched a movie. What movie did you watch?
Hacksaw Ridge. Never seen it.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yep. It came out in 2016. I'm a few years late to it.
I've never seen it either. What's it about?
Dude, honestly, pretty fucking good movie.
Yeah?
That ass. So apparently, it's this guy who doesn't want to... No spoilers here. If you haven't seen it, it's your fault. Apparently, this guy is... We're in the Vietnam War. Correction. We're fighting Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on a ridge. It's called Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay.
And
I know what this story is
Japanese
about.
are coming.
I know the story, yeah.
And they get bombarded.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy stays up there. Everyone comes down from the ridge. He stays up there by himself and just starts dropping bodies left and right. Not killing people, but dropping the bodies down from the ridge downward to save people's lives.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that story.
And doesn't kill anybody. He doesn't shoot anyone. Yeah. And he just does one more. He brought down, it's based on a true story, he brings down 75 people in real life.
Yeah, I think some of those people were also then enemies.
Yes, which they said they didn't make it. I wonder why. They got iced out when they got down. Blah, blah.
Maybe.
Definitely.
I don't know the story, but yeah.
No, they don't show it, but it's a safe assumption.
But yeah, I do remember hearing, like, as soon as you said like ridge, like the guys on top, and I was like, oh, I remember this. Yeah,
it was a good movie.
Okay, cool.
How's the episode of
Cool. Not the best. The show is The Last of Us, by the way. We haven't said what show.
No, because I forgot the name.
It's The Last of Us. It's based off of a video game called
Last of Us.
The Last of Us, yeah.
Yeah. This guy.
It's funny because the more I watch a show, the more I'm like, wow, this dialogue sounds like it came straight from a video game. I promise you, like, okay, so in this there's a particular scene throughout the show where one of the characters is being shot at by like enemies essentially, and he shoots at one of them. The guy goes down, and then the other character, the other enemy that's in sight, just starts saying like this like slurs and stuff, but it's like identical. Like it's nothing, like it's not coherent speech. It's not like speech that you'd hear like a normal person say, or it's just funny because it looks exactly like a video game. It looks and sounds like a video game. I'm like, oh, that sounds like they literally just went into the game, removed that guy's line, and pasted it right there.
I'm pretty sure that's what they did.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly what they did, and it's just cool. It's just, that's an interesting thing to be seeing in the show because it's not something that's been done before, from my perspective.
Probably not. So I was listening to a podcast today, Schultz, right? Mm-hmm. And he talked about how HBO Max, or HBO, in one time has like 5 banger shows, and like how other networks can't even compete.
HBO gets it right.
Every time.
HBO just does it. I don't know how they do it, but
they're like not scared of scrapping it if it's dog shit.
Oh, really?
They're gonna do like a Batgirl show or some sort of show, and they're like, they didn't feel like it was up to par.
They're probably gonna scrap Velma then.
I thought that was renewed for like a second season.
Was it? Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense though, because there's just the whole thing about Velma. Apparently, everyone hates Velma, but apparently they made the show so that everyone would hate it. Like it's like yeah, right. Like normally people want to talk about shows that they like, but
it makes sense.
The show is literally made just to be triggering, just to get people to get triggered and see something that they don't like or don't agree with, just so they could talk about it later and be like, yo, what type of stuff are they pulling on this show? So that maybe that's why. But like everyone hates it. It's like everyone talks about, everyone that I've heard about talk about it just says, oh no, I can't believe they did this, they did that. And I'm like, I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen like one part where the character is having a panic, like Velma's having a panic attack, and it's like they compare it to like another show having a panic attack, and they're like, Velma doesn't even do it right, and this other show's doing it like this, and they're doing the comparison. I was just like, you guys care that much?
Yeah. So essentially, the show is made to get that
reaction.
That reaction.
Then it makes sense.
Then it would make sense for them to
read.
So yeah,
it makes sense.
Because I was like, oh, they should remove it if they don't. But
that was a plan.
But that's at least that's the working theory. Because everyone's like, I've not heard a single good review about Velma. The only good review was that one, where it's like kind of like a anti-hero type review.
Yo, is your like office today just full of bugs?
I don't know. That's because you left the door open.
When did I leave the door open? The things we argue about in this podcast. People listen to this for entertainment. Here we are not being entertaining. Okay? They're probably like, what the fuck are you doing?
There's like a little moth flying around now.
Yeah, no. Sorry, guys. We're not very structured today.
Before it was a fly, that thing was ridiculously loud.
Oh,
and it was a fattest fly like I've seen in a long time.
Oh, I think it's a fair time to say it. If you hear an audio difference in the next episode, please let us know.
Yeah.
Or we shouldn't have said it. Bleep it. Do whatever you want. I don't know what to do anymore. Cut. Keep it in.
This guy.
I don't know. Guy. But back to what we were talking about. HBO. So they were saying like they don't get it wrong. Like the Schultz and Aka, all these people. Great episode. If you guys don't know who Andrew Schultz is, or Flagrant podcast, you should definitely listen. They had Stephen A. Smith on. It was hilarious. But after he left, they talked about the shows. They have Euphoria out. Like, they still have more seasons. They have House of Dragon. Still more seasons missing. They have Last of Us right now out, which is, everyone so far likes it. I enjoy it. It's not crazy. I never played the game, so I don't care. Yeah, but, like, it's a good watch.
It's a good watch.
As of right now. You need to watch the last episode. And, damn, they had those 3. What other shows they have? Oh! White Lotus that I heard.
White Lotus. Everyone's talking about White Lotus.
And then Succession, which I have watched Succession. I did like it. I just think it's slow for me, or just taking long. That could be me.
Westworld was good.
What? And then they said they meant active. Like, they have 5 active, like great shows, which of course makes sense. But they're like, they do it right. Like
they do it right. Like
they just blow their money on like one thing.
Of all the like the networks that I've seen produce like like shows that I like the most. Typically, I have like this, like I get immersed in these HBO shows.
Oh yeah, they're good. Like
They pull you in
1,000%.
This is where you're in. It's cool. It's cool stuff. Have you seen
Which one?
I don't even remember what it's called, but the Italian mob one from HBO. Sopranos, yeah, that's the one. That's the one that like pretty much got HBO.
That HBO started.
Yeah.
No, I have not watched The Sopranos. I heard it's fantastic. You need I heard it's like a must watch.
Yeah. Yep. I remember the first time I like encountered HBO. It was just like that scene of Game of Thrones where the horse gets beheaded. That was the very first scene I was exposed. I didn't know HBO was a thing until I saw that.
Oh, I didn't know HBO was a thing. Better yet, I saw the first episode of Game of Thrones and didn't know that was HBO.
You're like, what is this?
Facts.
Yeah, cool.
Like, I watched it at the Keys. I'm sorry, my mama texted.
Oh,
She's asking, are you eating? Or do I make your food? And I'm like, I just said yes, and I just realized I didn't respond to any of her questions because she has 2 questions. Let me reply.
Oh,
sorry, guys.
William's having dinner with his mom today.
Well,
no?
don't you have dinner with your parents every day?
Yeah.
And so, yes.
No problem.
No, I'm just saying it was funny.
Yeah.
Podcasting. But that was actually, I didn't know it was HBO until later on. Actually, I didn't know it was Game of Thrones until I watched Game of Thrones.
Do you think we're going to see a Last of Us super... Oh, actually, now that we're talking about it, Last of Us changed their air date.
Of course they did.
They're not pulling an Avatar.
Of course they did.
They're not pulling an Avatar. They changed their launch, their stream date,
Premiere.
From...
What are you laughing?
That was a frog.
Yeah?
That was a frog. Yeah.
Yo.
So William heard some chirping.
I thought it was tapping. I was ready.
Yeah. No.
I got nervous. I was like, what? What's going on?
Yeah. So Super Bowl Sunday, February 12th. Last of Us is supposed to air on Sunday, February 12th.
Yeah.
They follow their typical schedule, but they changed it to Friday 10th.
Friday the 10th?
Mm-hmm.
So that...
This Friday.
This Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's what we're doing this Friday? Or we're not doing that this Friday?
I don't know. Possibly. There's a lot of things going on Friday, apparently.
There is?
I'll tell you that later.
Off air?
Off air.
There's that much?
There's like at least 3 or 4 things.
But I asked you, and you said there was nothing planned for the weekend.
There was nothing planned.
And they just sent you, what, you got a text like that, and it was...
I found out about things that have been developed. Apparently, actually, no, better said, it's not that it's been developed, it's just I wasn't aware of it.
We'll reconvene.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So do you think you will see a Last of Us commercial at the Super Bowl? Unlikely.
So I think our listeners should know, we listen to a lot of Hermosi.
Businessmen.
Yeah, we listen to, people making moves out here in this world.
And women.
Layla? Yeah. No, I follow Cody Sanchez.
And yeah.
I follow Cody Sanchez.
I was going to say, there's not just Layla.
Layla, Cody Sanchez, and I think that's the only 2.
There's 2.
Don't ask for more. I don't know more.
Not at least I don't know any of the podcast.
True. I'll give you that. But they were saying that your product speaks for itself. Like, that is your advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tesla. They don't advertise because it's Tesla. Everyone knows. Somehow, some way, the product is so good. I think Last of Us is just the product's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know it was coming out till one of you guys told me.
There we go. Like we gotta watch this.
I was just like, we're watching this.
We're watching this. Okay, I guess we're watching it. Yeah.
Like, did you ever see a lot of advertising for Game of Thrones, like commercials or stuff like that?
No.
Or not even Game of Thrones, for House of Dragon?
Mm-mm.
None.
No, just people talking about it. Just a House of Dragon. Second Game of Thrones ended, people were talking about House of Dragons.
Did we say this?
Yeah.
Like
that was a thing. That was like, it was announced. It was like, HBO plans on making a prequel to Game. Everyone thought it was BS, but that was like a thing that people have been talking about.
Because I'm remembering when Game of Thrones ended. I think we said like, they could do like 2 spin-offs. One is Arya going to the West.
Yep.
And then what happens before everything else?
Yeah.
Was this?
This is all stuff that they talked about right after Game of Thrones came out.
So I'm saying yes, but what I'm saying is we spoke about that same night. Did we hear beforehand any of this information?
What do you mean?
Because I feel like we brought this up in conversation the day it ended. The day Game of Thrones ended, we were like, oh, this could happen.
So I was not with you guys when we saw the last episode of Game of Thrones. I was not in this city. Different city. I remember seeing the whole...
You're right. You were in Orlando.
Yeah. Not even here in Miami.
But I watched it with these people, I think.
I don't know where you watched it. But I do remember talking about it. Like, having that conversation about, like, how the whole thing... It's just... We all kind of thought it was BS because it seemed like... It just seemed like wishful thinking, I guess.
But it was so good.
Yeah. And it is good. House of the Dragons is a great show.
What a cliffhanger they left us on, too.
Honestly. Bro. Why?
If you haven't watched House of Dragon, or you don't need to watch Game of Thrones.
You don't need to watch Game of Thrones. Absolutely no need.
You can watch House of Dragons first, and then you can watch Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yeah. That actually might be a pretty cool...
Like, now that I think about that, I might have to rewatch it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not... If you get spoiled, you get spoiled. Last episode, essentially, one of her sons dies. But the way he dies is the other dragon chomps at his dragon in half. Also, the dragon that ate him was the biggest dragon, and his dragon was like a puppy. No?
No, you're right. I'm just surprised how fast you went into that spoiler. That was a huge spoiler.
That's fine. I said spoiler, though.
You said spoiler and then went straight into the meat. No, but
the dragon did.
Yeah, no, that dragon, so the dragon that got wrecked, completely demolished.
Yeah, Vhagar ate...
It was...
Jacaerys' dragon, and Jacaerys. I think that's his name.
It was a puppy getting mauled. It was a Chihuahua puppy getting mauled by a wolf.
Yes. Yes.
Getting completely just... eaten. Oh, and what comes after that is going to be...
Oh, horrific.
Horrific.
Yeah, what's coming next is going to be horrific. Dude, I love how this is just a conversation for us, essentially. This podcast would be hilarious. So I'm going to give a quick intermission.
Okay.
So, guys, as everyone always knows, next week, you know what it is. It's the week.
It is the week. The week will be at the Bend.
At the Bend. Monday.
February 13th.
Making sure y'all fall in love with the right cryptocurrencies you need or crypto projects needed for whatever you want to do.
6 to 8 will be helping you find out who your crypto soulmate is.
We hope to see plenty of people there. And if we don't see plenty of people there, the information will still be out there for you guys to see on our website.
There's a lot of chains out there.
We'll work on that.
There's a lot of chains out there. A lot of use cases for crypto. It's not just...
a store of value or
trade to make money.
Trading money.
It is digital assets with different functionalities. Find out those functionalities.
We'll be there. Also, please, like always, like whatever you want to like. Follow if you find this entertaining, and if you don't find it entertaining, you can also still follow.
Yeah,
and you can still give a like. We would appreciate both for the algorithms.
Yep. There's a little star button if you're listening on Spotify. Give a little rating. We
promise to only get better. Or and if we don't get better, we just promise to do it until we die. Either way.
Yeah, I'm sure we will get better by then.
Imagine we don't. That would be sad.
At least we tried.
Until we died.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Steam has to be pick up. Steam will pick up just naturally, right?
Yeah. I mean, you do something for so long, you gotta get good at it.
Or people either have to tell you how bad you are.
Yeah. Someone's got.
I'm okay with either one.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with you telling me how bad I am too.
I can live with that.
I could 100% live with that. Okay, so.
Oh wait. Please follow us on Instagrams at Sometimes Crypto.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that.
Not Twitter though.
We're not on Twitter anymore.
You know what? I think I might just go on a dApp for Twitter. Decentralized Twitter.
We gotta talk to Daddy Elon.
Elon, what did we do?
We spammed.
And we forsaken.
They never emailed you back, right?
They never emailed me back.
Jesus.
Look like the Jerome Powell's doing his job.
Oh, yeah. Well, Powell gave a conference today, an interview.
An interview?
Yeah.
With what, 60 Minutes?
I don't remember who it was, if I'm honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. I just looked up the article on the returns that they talk about it. And nothing really crazy was said apart from the rate right now is at 5%. Let me see. I'll read the exact thing right now. In January would necessarily force the Fed's benchmark interest rates higher than 5% to 5.25 range, currently anticipated a level implying quarter percentage point increase in the Federal's next two meetings. So basically, they're planning on two more quarter points raise, and then a pause.
A pause?
Then they're saying they would like to pause, but I know it was another data surprise in era.
So they're gonna do two more,
and then a pause for maybe the end of the quarter.
Each month, one each month.
Every quarter. That's
every
the way
quarter.
that works.
Okay.
They do it quarterly.
Yeah, that was like. So this one was in February. January, February, March, May.
Yeah, pretty sure.
So we should be expecting one for May and then another one for August, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, sounds about right.
Yeah. So basically, also Powell said was, our job is to get inflation down to 2%. A process that he said, excuse me, was still just getting started and would likely take until at least into next year, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, of course. I mean, with the amount of like the way that prices, because these interest rates are based off of last year's returns, right? Like last year's numbers. So with the amount of, with the way prices rise last year compared to this year, I'm sure that there's at least, I'm sure he'll get there for next year.
I'm going to clarify something, because the article, when I read the article, basically what it was saying was they want to get it to 5.25%. Their current rate is 4.75, and they want to get it to at least 5.25.
But they've been saying that for like a while already.
Well, no, they've added. They've always been increasing.
They've been increasing.
Yeah, ideally, if I'm not mistaken, they said they want to end it at 5 at the end of the year. Like get it to 5%, and now they push already more
to 5.25.
Yeah, because they're currently at 4.75, which it all depends on the job reports. Which apparently labor markets are still doing well, even though they're in tech. There have been massive layoffs.
Yeah, huge layoffs.
I think Zoom just cut 16% of its workforce too.
16%?
Yeah, but I could get that number up real quick, but pretty sure
that's crazy.
That it just cut that much. I'll tell you right now.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of like new businesses popping up soon.
Yeah, 15%, 1,300 employees.
That's crazy.
That's a lot.
Do you know, are these people like working remotely, or were they?
I don't know.
Yeah, because
maybe not all pure remotely. I think they're doing it work performance. So like your bottom tier employees will probably be the first ones to go, like always.
The new employees?
Not so much new.
The older ones.
Just the ones not producing at the level they need to produce.
That makes sense. Oh,
other news. Elon said that Twitter is no longer in a full steam ahead towards bankruptcy.
Oh, really?
That in those 3 intense months, he's been able to get away from there. He's like, still not profitable, but we don't need to go bankrupt.
We don't need to go bankrupt just yet.
Just yet. He hates the fact that they're raising the rates.
Yeah, he's
suffering.
Yeah. He's like, no, my money.
Well, the problem with him is since he bought on margin a couple of these loans.
His variable interest rates?
Also variable interest rates, but more so the margin loans. Since they're backed by his Tesla stock. Tesla goes down in price.
Oh, then he gets wrecked.
Then he either has to sell
shares of Tesla.
Correct. And you don't want to get rid of Tesla stocks because everyone
wants Tesla stocks.
Everyone wants Tesla stocks.
That's so funny.
So that's part of what's going on over there.
There's I feel like everything like Elon touches like kind of becomes like a anomaly. Like things just work differently. Like people hate Tesla, people love Tesla, people want Tesla, or they don't want it. I don't know. It's just super.
I think people don't want it because Elon went from being beloved to hated.
Yeah. He's hated.
People hate him.
Yeah, people do hate him.
I don't hate him.
I don't know.
I never liked Tesla cars.
The cars,
but I liked him. And there's people who hate him but like Tesla's cars.
I think he's got some fun ideas. And he tends to do some things with them, with those ideas. Like, he doesn't just say it. He actually, like, he made a flamethrower and he started selling them.
He did sell those.
That alone is just cool. Like that.
He made tequila and sold that too.
This guy.
I'm waiting for him to come out with a phone.
It's possible.
I've been waiting for him to drop a phone for a while. That's what I want.
Since they brought up that conversation like in November,
Before
December.
that.
Oh, yeah?
Before that. iPhone is also planning on coming out with a foldable.
Really?
They said.
That's interesting. So it looks like iPhone's behind the curve now.
They're always behind the
Apple.
curve.
Yeah.
No one has innovated.
No.
Truly. True innovation has not occurred in phones in a long time.
We needed Steve Jobs.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Steve Jobs.
We do need that.
Well, on some crypto news, Visa is trying to...
Finally some crypto news.
Yeah, Visa's trying to get some stablecoin testing done for USDC. Trying to process those payments. Which is cool. Very cool.
So Visa start processing payments? Or they're going to testing it out?
They're testing it out. They want to work with stablecoins.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Even though stablecoins are kind of touch and go.
Well, they're not ideal, but there's something better than nothing.
Well, I mean touch and go in the sense of that's a room. There's a lot of room there to be regulated.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on there where it's not full on decentralized crypto exchange, crypto asset, but it does provide some type of like peer-to-peer trading.
Yes,
which is cool. As long as it's not a CBDC.
Well, you keep on talking because I have a thing that I sent. So, Watcher Guru on Twitter said at 10:59 today, just in, Bank of England proposes $10,000 to $20,000 holding limit per person for its digital pound. It's CBDC.
England's got a CBDC already.
They're working on one, and their proposal is that you can only hold up to between 10 and 20,000 pounds of it.
Oh, really?
Yes. They're already limiting the money you can hold. So why would you want to hold it if you're already limited to 20,000?
Well, I think that goes into like there's this debate within economics. Two economists, I forgot their names. I saw like a rap battle on YouTube about them. Like, it's obviously not them. It was just like,
I get you.
You know. So one of them was more for like government spending, high interest, low interest rates to get people.
Yeah.
To get the economy stimulated. The other one is the opposite of that. The other one doesn't want spending. That the way the economy grows is by people being cautious about what they're investing their money into, and like just like two different ideologies. And it looks like that CBDC thing comes from like that first one where like they're trying to get people to spend their money, because if you have a limit on how much you can hold within your wallet, 10 to 20 pounds.
20,000.
Yeah, 1,000 pounds. That it's like a use it or lose it type situation. Where like the idea is like, oh, you're getting close to your limit, spend some money, stimulate the economy. Is from what it looks like that perspective's coming from. However, from the other perspective, it is, oh, you're preventing these individuals from saving up money in which they could actually make an investment.
A large investment
that might actually seem more profitable for them, or better return ROI in the future.
Yeah. So
it's a proposal. I'm just not necessarily so. What I don't like about it particularly is that they're forcing this like regulation, like that specific regulation on you. Like, oh, you cannot have more than $20,000 pounds.
Yeah, but you can just move it out, right?
Not as a CBDC.
Okay, that's right. A CBDC would be limited to use with whatever.
So essentially, in that particular case, your like social security number will become your seed phrase.
Yeah, well, for them it would be something else.
Yeah,
whatever it is, but for a social security number.
Yeah, so like you'd have one specific seed phrase for you as an individual, and you won't be able to have any other one. The government will be able to give it back to you if you somehow lose access to it, but yours is yours. There's no other person who will have that. So you can't really change it to like another wallet address.
No, I was saying you can just send the money out.
You can't.
But that's what the wallet is going to be connected to the government. It's only going to be allowed to be used within.
Yeah, that
regulations.
blockchain is going to be controlled by the government.
Yeah, we're not using that.
No,
We're not using that.
no one wants those.
Yeah, we're not using
Anyone who understands what crypto is, wants nothing to do with CBDCs.
that. Yeah, no.
CBDCs
Making it easier to do what they already do.
Central. Yeah, it's making it easier for them to do. It's centralized exchanges, centralized entities. Only way of trying to maintain some type of like leverage.
Yeah. I mean, we're currently the U.S. has hit their debt limit.
They're trying to remove that.
They're trying to increase it again.
No. Remove. They're trying to remove the debt limit.
I thought they were trying to increase the debt limit
To infinity.
Oh.
Yeah. Powell said, he's like, yeah, there's no way we would survive if that happens.
They want to remove it.
Remove the debt ceiling.
I didn't know that. I thought what I heard was they want to re-increase it like they did last time.
No. From what I saw, it was completely remove it.
You know what it is that we're debted out $31 trillion.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so here's my thing. I'd be okay with debt if our GDP was higher than whatever debt we're gaining per year.
It's 13.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It's 13 trillion.
Yeah, our GDP is 13 trillion per year. Okay, how much debt do we assume per year? 31?
We currently have 31 total.
We currently have 31, yeah. So as long as our debt... Okay, so here's my thing. If our debt each year is less than 13 trillion, and
it's not.
on top of interest rates that whatever we owe that debt to, then we're good. It's not. Just like you said, that's the problem.
I mean, it's not even close to that. And it's not even... You know, it's $31 trillion in debt.
We make $13 trillion a year.
Yeah. You need to do that 3 years straight, and it doesn't go to the debt. That 13 trillion GDP is spread out.
Spread out.
It's not like the government is getting a $13 trillion check at the end of the year saying, "Oh, here's all the money."
So my dad asked me something the other day. I gave him my response. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if this is true. I acted as if this was 100% accurate.
Okay, I love it. Let's hear it.
I was like, he's like, yeah. He's like, I was like, of course. But he's like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so essentially, it's like the debt that we have. Where does that debt come from? It's like, who owes what? I was like, well, it's not exclusively the U.S. government. It is also any entity that operates within United States jurisdictions. So, like, if you were to have a business that imports from other countries, whatever loan that company has, as in, like, oh, we made an order for this supplies, we're expected to come over here, we owe you X amount of money for those supplies, however the payment terms are, that gets accounted for as debt for the United States government.
No. The 31 trillion they owe is money that the U.S. has lent out. Well, that they have borrowed out.
The United States government?
Yes.
Not its individual entities that also operate within the government.
No. I'm pretty sure. I'm also saying it like I know. Like, we should Google that. So, like, we could Google that.
So, like, that's what I was like.
But from my understanding, it's not that. It is, for an example, you know how they have government FHA loans or government loans. That's part of that debt.
It's but money that's money that the United States owes to itself.
Yeah.
So that all it did was devalue the dollar.
But they also... Okay, so anything that's subsidized by the government...
Mm-hmm. It's government spending. It's
government spending. That is debt that's owed. That they have to pay back to them, to the treasury, to the reserves. Okay,
so are you saying that the debt that the United States government has is not towards the other countries? It's more so the federal...
Not alone. So, like, we also have debt towards China. Mm-hmm. We owe China a crap ton of money.
Who is it that owns China? The U.S. government?
The U.S. owes...
entities.
Anything subsidized by the U.S. government, yes, but no.
Because, like, okay, so a subsidy is essentially like, oh,
the government is going to pay to do it. Is paying you to do it.
Okay, they're paying these specific...
So anything... Let's say we need chips, an order of chips, mm-hmm. and it's not ordered directly by, like...
It's not going to be ordered directly by the government.
But, like, it would be. Like, we would make an order of chips mm-hmm. for the military. Mm-hmm. That would be towards China. Mm-hmm. that would be that's it's incurred by the U.S. To get those chips ordered for their whatever they need or from wherever.
In that particular case, yes.
Yeah.
It's like military asking for another thing. But do you think all $31 trillion came from government agencies like that?
Government agencies and subsidies, yeah.
Subsidies for other companies,
For anything.
for any company that's like, okay.
Anything that they lent the money to. It does. Yes, if they lent it to your parents to buy containers, then yes, the U.S. owes that money to China because they're the ones backing it because they lent it to you.
So I owe the U.S. government if that was the case.
In that one, yeah, because you borrowed
Because
again.
China got their money.
Yes,
That's what I'm saying. At that point, it's not that we owe the Chinese. It's at least. So I think for the most part, you got a couple things in there. That a subsidy I believe a subsidy is like there's going to be some type of a financial incentive for you to be doing a certain type of business with a foreign country. In our case, in the United States, it's typically done with China. That subsidy would be like, okay, we need more of this. We're going to bring in more of that product by lowering the price for you to sell it onto our market by providing you the money for that. Us as a private entity will be making a purchase order with the foreign agency. That purchase order is in like immediate transaction that's like, okay, we're going to order this stuff, we owe you X amount of money for that product, for us to be able to get the funds, for us to be able to get that we could get that product, and we'll have a net terms of payment. That net terms of payment could be either upfront, on delivery, or net 30, net 90, whatever.
so it's a combined amount. So roughly 24 trillion of America's total public debt outstanding consists of debt held by the public, and 6.6 trillion in intergovernmental holdings, according to this report's older. It's from September 15th by Fox Business. So it's all the debt that they have lent out to. So yes, it would be money you also owe, but it's money that they lent to you.
That's what I thought. I was like, that's what I was telling him. I was like, it's not just the government just borrows. Yeah, no. I was like, these are private agencies also that do this.
That it's money that the government has lent out, and the government has lent out 31 trillion worth total. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's much more complicated than like it's always like, oh, it seems like this is the case, but it's always like
no, it is how you said it.
Okay, because that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was, but I said it with like just because like I was like, this is kind of like what makes sense.
Yeah, it's too much for it to just be American.
It's just too much. Yeah, it's just too much for it to be like the government's spending,
which is not. It is government spending.
It is government spending, but like
it's not. Yes. Because if it wasn't for them lending out the money, then people here wouldn't be able to produce what they wanted to do or sell what they wanted to sell.
Or it'd be too expensive in the market for that specifically. Like, if America is trying to become the leading the leader for innovation for fire extinguishers, the only way to do that is to get more American companies to start making more fire extinguishers, so they subsidize like R&D or actual like stuff for that particular product. That's an investment that the United States government is making into these private entities for
innovation.
For innovation,
yes.
Which that's okay. Like in my perspective, if what I'm understanding is the way I'm understanding,
we owe 31 trillion now of it.
Yeah, we owe a hell of money. But
are you sure that's the way?
What?
Owing 31 trillion in subsidy,
like I said from the beginning, I'm okay with owing the money as long as our GDP is higher.
13 trill. Not
higher than what we owe. Higher than what we're accruing.
It's not. It's never been.
No, it's not. No, I understand that. I understand that. That's the issue. We have some unnecessary expenditures.
I think we have a lot of unnecessary.
William, of course, it's a metric ton.
So my question is, the printing of money that we give out,
That's the worst thing we could have done.
is it part of it?
No, it's not. It's not even part of it. That just makes it worse.
No. I'm not saying the money we printed during COVID and stuff like that. I'm saying when we give money out to other countries, where is that money coming from? Is that being borrowed against, or is that more money being printed?
That's more money being printed.
Okay.
That devalues our dollar.
No, I know it does. I just wanted to see if it's borrowed amount, or is it
That okay? Here's the problem with printing money like that also, because if we owe money to another country, and we just print it out, we can't give them that money and be like, oh, here you go. We can. There's going to be one of two issues. Either the United States citizens are going to pay for it.
It wouldn't work.
No. There's going to be two things that would happen. Either the United States citizens are going to pay for it and be like, okay, well, now everything's much more expensive because now this other country has...
That would cause hyperinflation for us.
Correct. Or the other thing is that whatever money that is printed goes to the United States citizens. And now this other country...
Hyperinflation still.
No. It'll be it'll still be inflation, but now with this, in this particular case, the issue would be that this other country will be pissed because now you're screwing them out of money.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. They're not going to come get...
Until one day you piss off enough people and they do want to come and collect. People get tired of stuff.
Yeah, but when you're the bully, when you're the bully, when you're the biggest bully...
You're the biggest bully until you're not the biggest bully no more.
There's no bigger bully yet.
Nah, I don't want
to find out.
I don't like bullies.
We don't like bullying. You're right. America's a bully.
That's the thing. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yep. No, 100%.
One thing is having to eat. The other thing is being a bully.
Yeah. No, I think this debt is out of control. We need to do something.
No, 100%.
Like, it's absurd.
CBDCs are not the way.
No. 31 trillion, and it's not gonna. Well,
money printing is not the way.
No, which we still have. We'll see how that ends. This 31 trillion. They can't take off the limit though. That'd be crazy.
That would be the end. That would be
absurd.
Infinity.
If they can do infinity, I'm gonna do infinity. Essentially.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you. Why would there be something stopping?
If they can raise that much money infinitely, what would stop me from doing it?
Yeah, your ability to earn that money. And
why do you care?
What do you mean?
What I'm saying is, there's people who have done this. Just borrow as much as you can all in 1 month, and then you just go ahead and invest it on properties.
And then what? You're done. You're gonna be able to borrow some more after.
You find a way.
We find
You find a way.
Because that's the issue. Is like. The idea,
of course, only the government's allowed to endlessly borrow.
The idea that's bull.
It's not bull.
That is 100% bull. In what world?
If they get rid of the limit, it's not bull to endlessly borrow for the government to endlessly borrow.
Bull as in like it does happen.
Oh,
it does happen. It's just not right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That how are you gonna have everyone to like a certain standard of like game rules and
you're just eating those rules.
You're no dungeon master over here. Like
no, they are dungeon masters when you're not catching. They are dungeon masters.
No, they think they're dungeon masters, and we've allowed them to be the dungeon master.
Yes,
that's the issue.
You want to know the first time we were taxed?
The first time we were taxed, like what do you mean, Federal Reserve tax? I know one.
When?
Civil War.
Yes,
I do.
The first taxation was during the Civil War. And the way it was presented...
Federal
taxation. Yes, federal taxation. The government as a whole taxing the people was for that. And literally the way it was presented was, we're going through this. We need it to be able to support everything, And the minute we can pay for everything back, we'll stop taking money.
Yeah. It was to clear out the debt that the
Civil War incurred.
Yeah. And then they took it out.
And
then they brought it back. I don't know why they brought it back though.
So they would if I'm not mistaken, they didn't bring it back one go and then just sit. They brought it back like a few more times to pay off some debt that they incurred. And then like in the 19 somethings.
Yeah, because the Civil War was definitely not cheap. And things that need to pay off. Like
I'm gonna get up to date.
I'm glad that they were able to take it out at some point. But that's the way I think it should be done. Like, okay, I'm
as needed.
Yeah, I'm cool with paying income tax. Like taxation to a degree. If it's not going to the right things that need to be, like, that's kind of theft, dog.
Oh, taxation?
Yeah. I don't know. I think people forget that America was pretty much raised off of the fact, the idea that
We didn't want to pay taxes.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure people forget about that.
So it was the 16th Amendment, and it was passed by Congress. It's barely 100 years old. 1909.
Oh, really?
And,
What's it say?
And then it was retrofitted February 13th, 1913.
1913. Okay, so like a couple years afterwards,
It got
they
some
rechanged
changes.
it.
So it's barely 100 years old. Like it's a little over 100, but barely.
I see.
And the first taxation was 1860, which was happened 50 years before that.
For the Civil War.
Well, yeah, by Lincoln.
Does that say how much it was by any chance, or like what the purpose is for, or like
I'm
why?
gonna click the link right now. I'll tell you right now.
Because like, what's it called? Appeal? Is that the word? Appeal?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean again?
Appeal.
Yeah.
So you want to
Remove it?
remove it, take it off.
Appeal the 16th? Maybe?
I
I don't know about that.
would be upset.
I don't know about that. Who would you think would be upset?
Not many.
Not many?
So the Civil War one was Congress placed a flat 3% tax on all incomes over 800.
Yeah. Over
$800.
$800.
And then 1909.
Damn.
Okay, let me read. Yeah, in 1913, due to the generous expansion and deductions, less than 1% of the population paid income taxes at the rate of only 1% of net incomes.
1% of net income?
Yep. So why can't we just get 15? If they were doing it with 1, can't we do it with 15? I think a 1 flat...
Would you not say that we have more services being provided now than we were back then?
That's why I increased it to 15%.
You're like, that's why it's at 15.
That's why it's at 15%.
And not at 1.
But also what I was going to say was, if we just did a flat tax on not everything, on all money, all income made.
Mm-hmm. Just income.
Yes. That still keep the same rule. That is not income, because why would it be? But 15%, there's no way out, no nothing. No matter your expenses, you're getting 15% tax if you made more than what your expenses are.
Mm-hmm. Any income. If you made $1 this year in profit, you got paid.
There's gonna be thresholds, like, of course.
Profit.
There's thresholds.
Okay.
Meaning, there needs to be a certain living standard, like there is now. Like right now, you don't get taxed if you make less than 12,500. You don't get taxed on that, on the first 12,500.
Zero tax?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can make 12,500 and you won't get taxed.
You won't get zero tax.
So there's gonna be thresholds in which you need to do which you need to be at to do that. But I think that's a good way. But like a flat way, that way, corporations, billionaires, whoever you feel like make an absurd amount of money, you're like, okay, yeah, they have to pay 15% if they made X amount. Unless they spend X, like Elon right now.
That's how it is.
No. For example, Elon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Elon made money in 2022?
No.
I think he spent.
Yeah, he spends a whole bunch of money.
I don't think he should be taxed on the whatever billions he sold of Tesla stock. Why? Because he bought something that cost $44 billion.
So economic stimulation right there.
Right? So I would see if once it starts to produce money, then we start taxing him.
So tax it once it starts being profitable.
I would assume. Technically, if anything, if you do the math, Elon's probably negative for the year.
Yeah, that's very likely to be true.
I don't know. But it is interesting. But that's taxation and all that craziness.
Taxation.
All right, I think we got one more good topic to close it off on.
Yeah.
Those fucking drones, those spy balloons. What do you think about that?
Oh, I feel like China's they're Chinese, right?
From what I heard, from what I saw, I read a little article. I don't remember where I read it. It was on Twitter, and it's a balloon that China just sent out, and it flew away. They said like it got away from them.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about that now. And then that China said, "Do not take it down."
They said they're not. Were they going to come and pick it up?
That's what I was thinking. Like there's no need for violence. It's nothing threatening. Like,
What violence? No one's being hurt.
that's their property. Is the way they're
Their
seeing it.
property on our territory.
Above our I'm with you. I said shoot it down the minute wherever it was. Everyone looked at me like I was crazy. Again, it makes sense. You don't want to blow it up. You don't want to.
So yeah, you're right. Their property, definitely don't want to like mess stuff up. Like keep things non-violent.
But they took that shit down.
Because
Once it was off of land.
It was not in their territory.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm saying I would have taken it down. What I'm also curious is no reports have come out to what was on it, like what was in it, what was it carrying.
Oh, like equipment and stuff.
Yeah, and it hasn't said
It's probably highly confidential.
very. And there was like 4 other ones that were spotted around the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy. So they just lost a bunch of balloons like that.
apparently.
Who's running China, dog? Who's over there?
The CCP's running
How
China.
are they gonna say, "Oh, we lost a balloon"?
I want
You
you
lost
to-
5 balloons in completely different parts of the world. How?
I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: we cannot go to China.
Why not?
You see how we talk about China just now?
You think they? You're right.
Yeah. We go a lot of places. I'm not gonna go to China, nor Russia, nor North Korea, which they don't want me there anyways.
North Korea.
Yeah.
Can I just go with like a team of people?
Why do you want to risk that? Why do you want to put yourself in that position? We're easy to get iced out.
Make myself not easy to get iced out, and then I'll go wherever the hell I want.
Yes. Get to Rogan level, then you can do whatever you want.
Then do whatever. Just walk over the border.
I'm like, what are you gonna do? Or they make you an example. I'm saying I'm not gonna go. I take it back. I don't want to go over there.
Look, I'm not a what's it called?
Conspiracy theorist?
Violent person. What the no? I'm 100% a conspiracy theorist, but just for the shits and giggles. They're just for the shits and giggles. I don't take any of my conspiracy theories like actually legit. I mean more like I'm not a violent person. I got zero beef to be going into China.
Yeah, but we're talking shit about
causing problems.
how they lost five balloons,
I'm curious.
and then tell us don't shoot them down. Like the fuck you mean don't shoot them down?
Yeah, because I mean, why not?
That's what I'm saying.
My first question was, were they gonna send someone to come pick it up?
Doubt it.
I doubt it too. I just want to make sure no one gets hurt, so I'm gonna take it down in a controlled manner.
Well, they picked it up on the beach side, which they closed off that entire area.
Yeah, like permanently.
No, momentarily.
Momentarily.
To like pick up and probably look around.
Oh yeah, of course they don't want smugglers. Just like.
What do you think it had in it? Because they were saying it was surveillance balloons.
Yeah, you think?
That's the things I read. Wherever I read it, maybe on Twitter.
Maybe it was just filled with a bunch of counterfeit U.S. dollars.
Maybe. I don't know where your brain went with that, but okay.
Well, it was actually a war tactic. I think they might have made that illegal. Where I don't remember where I used to have a roommate who was like a historian major. He would always tell me some crazy stories going on. But essentially, there was this war going on where I think the attack never ended up taking place because counterintelligence was able to stop it. But essentially, these planes were rigged with a metric buttload of counterfeit currencies that they were going to fly over the country and just airdrop it, just so it just floods the country with counterfeit currencies, completely wrecking the entire economy.
Oh.
Yeah. Because since you can't tell, since all these things are out there, it's going to be much harder to tell which is...
Yeah, it's going to be more mixed up.
Uh-huh.
So easier to slide through the system.
Yeah, it's going to be just so many. Like, you're going to have to be... Everyone's going to be checking that, which is, a waste of time, because now we can't trust our currency. Like, how bad is it that you can't
That
trust...
means they're going to be dropping... They would have been dropping a lot of currency.
Yeah. Metric buttload.
Yeah, like enough to, like, make it...
Yeah, to hurt the economy.
Yeah.
The idea was to hurt the economy of that country so bad that they would...
Do you have a year for this?
Huh?
Like, what year it happened?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look for that. Because that was like crazy, like, really cool, interesting thing. That's why I said that thing about I doubt that the balloon had any of that. Pretty sure it was more just.
They haven't said, but we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I saw something about like apparently Switzerland. Someone in Switzerland wants to renounce neutrality, so that they could be able to provide aid for Ukraine.
No, stay still.
Stay still.
Relax. Actually, no. Why would you want to give them neutrality? Like, people don't mess with you because you're neutral.
Yeah, but they don't want to support other people.
You're not.
They believe the person who announced this believes that not doing anything is doing something.
Oh, it's one of those people. It's one of those things.
Yeah, so the leader of the FDP party, Thierry Burkhardt, wants to allow arms re-export to countries. So essentially, like if guns go inside Switzerland, they're not technically allowed to leave Switzerland.
I see.
And he wants to remove that so they could be able to go and help Ukraine. But yeah, besides that, no, I got nothing else.
I got nothing else either.
Cool.
We're at an hour.
An hour and 10.
We're getting good at this.
Yeah, we are.
Just talking.
We didn't even come prepared for this one.
We didn't come prepared. We just had stuff to talk about.
We just spent too much time on social media apparently.
I read articles for these. I read the federal one. I read an article.
Where do you find these articles?
Twitter. Fair enough.
Yeah, but in all fairness, we did this intentionally. We were on Twitter specifically looking for articles.
I'm not gonna say I was doing that intentionally, but okay.
No,
I'll be a liar.
Who do you follow on Twitter? People who post articles.
Yeah, they're only.
Exactly.
That's because
you have set up a system so that your intentions are already predetermined.
Yeah, like I talked about like Alex Ramosi because what I saw today was based off Alex Ramosi. Like it's intentional. You're right.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to our whole thing.
If you listen to the whole thing, thank you. We're gonna reiterate what we said in the middle of this. Next coming Monday, The Bend, 6
p.m.
to what time?
To 8.
To 8, crypto matchmaking.
Happy hour.
You'll find the crypto needed for your heart.
Yes.
Or for your
daily needs. Whatever you were trying to do on crypto.
Yeah.
If you drive a lot, there's crypto out there for you.
We'll bring more of that.
Yeah. As
time progresses. Like always, please like us, follow us, Sometimes Crypto, everywhere except Twitter.
Except for Twitter.
They took us out.
Yeah.
Follow ourselves as well if you like.
Yeah. We love followers.
Yeah.
If I like your page,
comment,
I'll follow you back.
Follow.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Have a beautiful day.
Yes.
That's it. That's all. I got nothing. I'm good.
Well, it's been another week of your favorite crypto podcast, Sometimes Crypto.
The Unscripted Crypto Podcast.
Hey, yo.